this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to build a real estate voice AI agent that's able to search our property information within inside the database, check availability for appointments, for a viewing appointment in this case, and then it's also going to go ahead and book an appointment within inside a calendar system. And of course, by the end of this video, you have completely free blueprint that you can go ahead and download and implement into your workflows and into your voice AI agents. If you don't already know me, my name is Ashton. I've been helping business owners implement AI systems just like this into their business to save time, cut costs, and drive growth. Without further ado, let's get straight into a demo so you can see how this AI agent works, and then I'll show you exactly how to build this system as well.
Hello, this is Alex speaking with Prestige Properties. How can I help you today?
Hey, I'd just like to book a viewing appointment, please.
I can certainly help with that. Could you please provide the full address of the property you're interested in?
Yeah, no problem. So it'll be the property at 789 Pine Road in Lakewood Commons.
Great. Let me look up the details for 789 Pine Road in Lakewood Commons for you. Please hang on for just a moment. The property at 789 Pine Road is a charming condo with 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom. It's a cozy and convenient option. Would you like to schedule a viewing for this property?
Yeah, sure, actually. Do you have maybe any availability at tomorrow at 11 a.m.?
Let me check the availability for tomorrow, Friday, July 18th at 11 a.m. One moment, please. It looks like the slot for 11 a.m. is unavailable. However, we do have openings at 1 p.m., 3 p.m., and 4:30 p.m. tomorrow. Would any of these times work for you?
Yeah, let's do 1 p.m.
Great, let's go with 1 p.m. To lock in that time, I just need a few details. Could I have your full name and email address, please?
Yeah, no problem. So it'll be Ashton Voss, and my email is ashton123@gmail.com.
Okay, just to confirm, I am booking a viewing for Ashton Voss at 789 Pine Road, Lakewood Commons for tomorrow at 1 p.m. Is that all correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Excellent. You're all booked in. You'll receive a confirmation email shortly. If you have any other questions or need to make changes, feel free to reach out. Have a great day and enjoy your viewing.
Okay, so we're going to be using 2 softwares. In this example, we're going to be using Vapi AI, which is a voice AI developer platform for developers. So it allows us to build these voice AI agents and then connect them to a tool like N8N to process the check availability, search the database for properties just like this one right here, and then also go ahead and book appointments inside a Google Calendar, just as you saw right here. So those are 2 softwares we're going to be using. So first, let's jump into Vapi and create this voice AI agent. So first of all, you want to go ahead to Vapi AI and go to the dashboard up here. And you can sign up for an account if you want to go ahead and sign up using my link in the description, and you'll get a free credit for the account. And first of all, you want to go ahead and create an assistant and just use a blank template. And then you'll be put together on this screen right here. So now we can start building this AI agent to talk to customers. So we've got a few different things in this page, but first of all, we don't really need to worry about any of these different tools. We're just going to go ahead and go onto the main page right here. So we can see we've got the cost of the AI agent, the latency, which is essentially the delay between the AI and the human. So we won't worry about those things for now. But yeah, let's get into it. So first of all, we're using OpenAI as the AI provider, and then we can go ahead and select the model here. In this example, I just like to use 4.0. It's really efficient and it's really fast as well. We're using the assistant speaks first mode. So in this case, because it is an inbound voice AI agent, we're going to be using this message. So whenever someone calls the phone, the AI agent is going to say this line every single time. So I've just got here, hello, this is Alex speaking with Prestige Property. How can I help you today? And of course, this first message and this system prompt will be in the AI agent template that I just built in this episode. So completely for free. So stick around to the end of the video and you'll get the completely free AI template right here, where you can just go ahead and copy and paste it into your Vapi prompt. And next we have the system prompt. So let me just dive into this system prompt real quick and tell you how it works. So essentially, this prompt is telling the AI agent its role, its tasks, and some of the things and how to handle the conversation, as well as tools to send that information to N8N. So first of all, we've got the role here. So this is telling the AI agent its role within the business or company. So we've said you are Alex, a friendly, professional, and highly efficient scheduling agent for the Prestige Properties Buyers Agency. And then we've said its personality as well. So we're saying you are helpful, knowledgeable, and reassuring, and your primary function or goal is to assist users who are interested in a property. And then right here we have the current time. So the current time is telling the AI agent the current time that it's speaking to the person in real time. And this just helps us obviously create better AI agents so it knows the time zone it's in, and then also send out accurate data to check availability within the calendar system, and then also book appointments. So obviously you're going to want to use this exact format in Vapi. This is known as a dynamic variable. So whatever dynamic variable you put into the AI prompt, it's going to see this information. So this is just letting the AI know its current time within my time zone. So for example, if you were in United States, you'll just go ahead and do United States / Los Angeles, or whatever time zone or whatever country you're in. So that's all we need to do and change this current time. And then from there, we have the task. So I've said your main task is to retrieve information and schedule viewings for properties. Your operational workflow is a clear 5-step process that you will follow in this sequence. So this is really good when we are telling these AI agents how to handle these conversations, and the AI agent is going to follow this strict prompt every single time. So we make sure it's reliable, efficient, and effective. So I've got a 5-step prompt task progress right here, which I like to use in all my AI agents. So the first step is to greet the user and identify its recognition. So essentially the AI agent is going to greet the user, warmly introduce itself as Alex from Prestige Properties. It's then going to listen for a property address in the user's initial request, and then if the user does not provide a property address, it's going to ask for it directly. So for example, if someone calls up and they say, I'd like to book a viewing appointment, the AI agent is then going to ask, do you have a full address, or do you have an address for this property? And then from there, it's going to move on to step 2. So step 2 is where the AI agent actually goes ahead and searches for the property inside a property database. Now, in reality, the realtor would have, a different property software manager, but in this case, I'm just going to be using Google Sheets. So for example, a database just like this that has all these different properties inside, and the AI agent can go ahead and look it up. But this will be really powerful in real use cases, because when these realtors have these long lists and long databases of properties, the AI agent can instantly retrieve it and make the conversation more personalized to the user. So this is what this property search section is doing here. So it said once you've found the address, inform the user you will look it up, and then use the search property tool. So we need to make sure that this tool name is the exact same tool name within our prompt, and then within the tool sections in Vapi as well, which is what I'll get into after I go through this prompt. So once the AI agent has found the property, it's then going to explain the property using the information return. So as you saw in the demo, it briefly explained it. So it said, I'm pretty sure it was this one right here. So it said, it was a condo with 1 bedroom, 1 apartment, and then also it was available as well. So we said that's what the AI agent said in that case. And then from there, we can go ahead and book the appointment. So we're now going to move on to the check availability time, which is step 3. So if the user does confirm they would like to book a viewing appointment, it's then going to move on to the booking process, which is checking availability. So after that, we're going to ask the user for the preferred day and time, and remember to consider the current date and only look for future appointments. So this is really important to let the AI agent know to never book appointments in the past. And that's why it's really useful to have this dynamic variable up in the top, so the AI agent always knows the current time and always knows to book the appointments in the future. This is an essential prompt engineering technique that we need to have inside the AI agent. And then from there, once we have the preferred day and time, so if the customer says, what availability do you have tomorrow, it's going to use the check availability tool, or as you saw in the demo, if the customer suggests a time, it's also going to use the tool. So then from there, it's going to move on to booking the appointment. So once it's found an available time within the calendar, in this example, this is a demo, I'm using Google Calendar, but you can really use any system that the realtor has or any system that the business has. All you need to do is just connect that system via the API, and you should be all good to go. But we're just using Google Calendar in this instance, and I'll show you how to actually go ahead and check availability and book appointments later in the video. And then from there, we're going to book the appointment. So this is the final step of the conversation that the AI has access to. And then from there, once a suitable time is agreed upon, you must collect the necessary details to finalize the booking. So say something like, great, to lock that in, we just need a few details. So then we're going to ask the user for the following information, so full name and email address. So this is really important when we're making the bookings, that we have their full name and email address to confirm the details, to send them emails, send them notifications, and send them numbers. And then from there, before booking, explicitly confirm the key details with the user one last time. So we're confirming that appointment, we're making sure that the AI is booking that appointment and all the details are correct. This is really important for the reputation of the business to make sure that the AI has the accurate information needed. So from there, it's gone ahead and said, okay, just to confirm, would you like to book a viewing appointment for, whatever the full name is at the property address for the time. So once it's then confirmed that, it's then going to use the final tool, which is to book the appointment with the full name, time, property, and the email address as well. So that's how the AI agent is going to handle all those tasks using this 5-step progress, which is a really simple but effective format of telling the AI agent how to handle each conversation in steps. So like 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how the AI agent is going to handle every single conversation using this outline right here. And then from there, I've reinstated its main goal. So this is really important to let the AI know to never go off track, to always know its main initiative and main goal as well. And then from there, I've got an example conversation. And all this example conversation is used for is 1, to make sure the AI agent stays on track, and 2, to know when to call the tools as well. So you can see here when the person says, hi, I was hoping to look at the property at, whatever address it is, and then we can see here we have a bracket that's going to mention the tool and let the AI agent know when to run the tool. So this is what it's really important for the AI agent to know, so it lets it know the context and also lets us know when to run the tools as well. So this makes sure that the AI agent's conversation is more seamless and it also runs those tools correctly. So this is really important. I like to add this in every single prompt as well. And then finally, I put this in every prompt as well, which is important to note. So use everyday conversational language, keep responses short, say natural speeches, so like when appropriate, and then just some other things as well. So that's going to be it for the entire prompt. And of course, if you do download this AI template, you're going to have this entire prompt in, so you can just go ahead and copy and paste it. The next step we have to make this AI agent possible to search property information by database, check availability, and book appointments, we need to actually go over and configure some tools in Vapi. So once you are in Vapi, you want to go ahead and head down this section right here and click on tools. And you'll see here that you have all these different tools that you can create. So you want to go ahead and create a custom tool. So we're going to have 3 custom tools in this scenario. We're going to have a search property, check availability, and then book an appointment. So those are going to be all the tools that we have to make this AI agent run all those capabilities and functionalities. So first of all, I'll start with the search property. So again, create tool, custom tool right there. And then you will head on this page right here. So the tool name is going to be search property. Now, if you do download this prompt, make sure your tool name is the exact same name in your prompt and in the tools section as well. Otherwise, Vapi may call the wrong tools, or it might not know what tools to call as well. So we need to make sure that this name is the exact same. And then the description over here is telling the AI agent the purpose of this tool, so it knows correctly when to run it as well. So we can see I've just said this tool is used to search property information. That's all that's happening. And then from there, we have the parameters. So this is the parameters that the tool accepts. So the AI agent is going to listen for the property address within the user's speech. It's going to save it in here. And then this is going to be the parameter. So to add this parameter, it's really easy. We just need to collect add property right here and then type in the name. I've already typed it, so it'll just be property address and then the description of the tool. So if we go in here, we can see that this is how it's configured. And of course, if you download this prompt, it's all going to be in here straight away. So you can just go ahead and download it and just build it alongside me and implement it. So right here, we can see we've got the description, so the address of the property and then the property address. So now it's going to collect that property address and it's going to send it to N8N via a webhook. So what a webhook is, it allows us to send different information across different platforms and software. So this is the webhook we're going to be using in Vapi to then send that property address to search for a property in the property database. So we can see right here, this is what the workflow is going to look like. So this is the webhook we have, which is just going to be a production URL. So this is the webhook, we're copying that, and then we're then putting it inside Vapi right here, which is going to be the server URL. So once we copy that, everything should be all good to go, and you can save it as well. So that's how it's going to search the property, and I'll get into the actual property workflow and how that's configured after I run through these final tools. So the next tool we need is the check availability tool. So the exact same thing and the exact same configuration as the search property tool, but all that's different is that we just have a different parameter and a different webhook, of course, to a different workflow in N8N. So again, the tool name, the exact same within the prompt. We've got a description, so to check the availability of the calendar, again, letting the AI know the purpose of the tool. And then from there, the parameters is just time. So again, adding the same values and same description. like before. We can see here, this is what it looks like. So the requested time of the customer and then the parameters. So how it's sending this information, it's actually doing it by JSON. So we can see here, Vapi has this really nice visual editor where we can just add in different properties. We don't necessarily have to put in a custom JSON. But we can see right here that the JSON looks exactly like this. So it's going to be sending this information via JSON to this webhook address right here, which is connected to an N8N workflow, which looks exactly like this. So again, this is the URL right here. We're copying and pasting that N8N workflow, which again, if you do download this template, this will all be in here, the workflows, the prompt, everything, the tools. And then from there, we are pasting it in here into the server URL. So now Vapi is going to get that requested time that it's identified within the prompt and the conversation, and it's going to be sending it via a tool right here. And then finally, we have one more tool, which is just a little bit different. It's going to be the book appointment tool. So again, the same name, which is in the prompt, and then a description describing the tool. So to book the confirmed appointment with the customer. And then we just have parameters down here. So again, it's the exact same thing, but we've just got more parameters so we can actually go ahead and book the appointment. So again, we've got the time, we've got the confirmed time of the appointment. We've got the email that it's identified in the prompt, so the email of the customer, and then we've got the full name of the customer, and then the property address. And of course, you can just go ahead and put different properties and different values and parameters in here, which you would like to send to N8N, and then you can obviously customize all these things. So, you could have different amount of people that were viewing it in this case. So in this case, it's going to be, a buyer's agency. You might have multiple people viewing the property. So you could just go ahead and type number of people, and then from there you can go ahead and apply it, and then it's going to send that information to N8N. So it's really endless of how many different details you can collect, and of course just make sure you're prompting the AI agent to collect these values. But just go ahead and delete that for now. And again, it's going to be sending this information via JSON. You can see it's already formatted. We don't have to do anything there. And then again, it's doing it by webhook. So just like the other tools, it's sending it via webhook. So that pretty much sums up all the different tools. So I'll just go ahead and go back to the AI agent. And then obviously to add these tools, you want to go to tools over here and just simply just select all these different tools within the section right here. So yeah, that's essentially really everything within the AI model. Knowledge base for this example, I'm just showcasing how it can look up property information and then schedule appointments by checking availability and then booking appointments. But I've got no knowledge base. Usually I would have a knowledge base so the AI agent actually knows different information about the business, but just in this example, I just left that blank. Max tokens 250, just leave that blank. That essentially means the maximum amount of tokens or characters or letters and words that the AI agent can actually do in its output. Temperature, which just means the variability of the AI agent. So if it's higher, it's going to stick more strictly to the prompt. And then if it's lower, it's going to be more creative in its responses. So that's essentially what that means. Voice configurations, I'm just using Vapi's default voice for this demo, but usually I would go ahead and use 11 Labs, which actually has more realistic and better sounding voices. So you can actually go ahead and just select 11 Labs. Again, your cost may rise up, as you can see right here, but yeah, that's all I'm going to do for now. I'm just sticking with Vapi right now. It's great for demos and great for testing. And then from there, that's all we really have. So again, really simple to create these AI agents, using the prompt, you can create them within 10, 15 minutes. But yeah, now let's get on to the next section where we can head in N8N, and I'll show you how all this is possible on the back end of this AI agent. So let's get into that. All right, so I'm in N8N right now, and we can see this is the first workflow. So this is going to be the search for properties workflow, and I can see we can just go over to the most recent execution, and I'll quickly run you through it, and then I'll go ahead and show you how to configure it within N8N as well. So first of all, that information with the property address comes in via webhook, as I mentioned, and then it's going to contact that AI agent. So we can see right here, that is going to be that webhook. Again, we can see this is the webhook right here in N8N. And if we go down to here, we can see that that is that property address inserted inside that AI prompt. So the prompt essentially is prompting, again, another AI agent within N8N to handle these bookings to check availability or search property addresses or book appointments. So right here, I've just got a simple prompt just explaining that it's a property search expert, and then its job is to search properties inside a database. That's really it. And then I've got the output right here. And of course, if you download this AI agent, this will be in there all straight away and it should be working. And then from there, the AI agent is going to go down. It's going to contact OpenAI to then use, their LLM and their models to speak with the customer and process all those bookings. I won't get into that now, but what I can show you is how to quickly connect your OpenAI account if you do want to know that. But again, we can just go down to create new credential, and all we need is just an API key. So actually go over and search OpenAI API key. And we can see right here, this will be the first one in the OpenAI platform. And then from there, you'll be in this page, which is essentially platform.openai.com API keys. So you have all the API keys right here. All you need to do is create a new secret key, and then do NAN test, and then click create key. It'll give you this long line of text, which you can then input right here, and you will connect your OpenAI account. So that's how you're gonna have access to the AI agent and make everything possible. But without this, you're not gonna be able to make sure that the AI agent works. And then from there, we have get rows in Google Sheets. So we can see right here, the AI agent is receiving this webhook value right here. And it's simply doing is just searching that information. So it's searching for this address inside a Google Sheet, for example, like this. So it's searching for the rows. So it's going to use that Google address. It's going to use the property address, and it's going to retrieve the entire row right here to then go ahead and make the conversation more personalized, give details about the apartment or the house or whatever. So we can see right here, it's going to search that information by the address. It's going to return the bedrooms, the bathrooms, the type, and if it's available or not. So yeah, that's exactly how that works. Of course, we're using the Google Sheets credential to do this. Literally just go ahead and just sign in with Google. And you can just go down and sign in right there to sign in with Google. And then to create this connection, you can just go ahead and sign in with Google. So create a new credential, and then literally just click sign in with Google right there, and your Google Sheets would be all connected. And then from there, we're going to be using the set automatically description. The resource is going to be the sheet within the document, and then the operation is going to be get rows. So we can see right here, Google Sheet has all these different operations. But for this example, we need to search a row, or we need to search a sheet, and we need to get all the information within that row. So we're using the property address to search a row. And then from there, it's going to be getting all that information. So you can see right here, the input is the address, and then the output, it's gone in and searched the sheet, and then it's come up with the output, which is all the different columns and rows within inside that row right there. So that's essentially how that works. Filters, again, I'm not sure why it's doing that, but essentially it's going to have all the different columns in your spreadsheet, and then all you need to do is just click the column that you want it to search. So you can see right here, I'm just using the location, and then the value is going to be automatically defined by the model. So to do this, you can just go ahead and press that parameter right there, and the AI agent is just simply just going to put this property address inside the value to search for. So then it's going to output all these different results, and then from there, it's going to contact the AI agent. It's going to confirm that the property is available, and then it's simply just going to send that information back via webhook. And another important thing right here is that Vapi expects this exact JSON body or JSON webhook to then go ahead and return it and contact Vapi. So you're going to need this exact tool ID. And how we actually get that is we go down to webhooks, and we can see from the tool we've called, which is this right here, we have that tool ID. So you need to make sure your JSON looks exactly like this with the result that the AI agent has found. So we can see in this case, it's, hey, the property at 789 Pine Road in Lakewood Commons is available, blah, blah, blah. And then it's got some information. And then we've got the tool call ID right here. So we need to make sure we have this information within inside the webhook respond body. So then Vapi knows that it's from that tool, and then it can go ahead and return the webhook and converse with the customer. So that's exactly how this section works within inside Vapi. And then, yeah, we have two more kind of workflows within Vapi. So first, we have the check availability, which is what I'll get into right now. So we can just go to the recent executions, which is just going to be the one in the demo. This is exactly how it's going to work. So again, it's using that same webhook address that we have in here. So it's going to be the production URL. So we just go to Vapi, and we go over to tools, check availability. Again, that same server URL within here. It's going to be getting that information. In this case, it's going to be getting the requested time of the agent. Again, it's going to be coming over here. We can see you're an appointment setter. You are, we've got all the prompts right there. Go down to the editor. You can see how it's configured. So we can see, again, if you do download this, it's going to be everything. It's going to be all in here. So we can see this is how the AI agent is prompted. So all I've got here is the current date and time, the requested time slot, which is just going to be that information, that webhook that Vapi is sending over to the AI agent and N8N. And then I've got a booking process. So this is a little bit of a longer prompt compared to the last prompt in the AI agent, but I'll run you through how it works quickly. So you can see, check if the customer's requested time is available using the calendar. If the time is available, let the AI model know and confirm. If it's unavailable, suggest up to 2 time slots. So essentially, this process is it's going to go to the AI agent that requested time. It's going to check availability within inside this node right here. So this is what the node looks like. And then from there, if it is available, it's going to return a successful response. And then if it's not available, it's going to continue to check for slots. So from there, it's then if it is unavailable, it's then going to return that information, and then it's going to say to the customer via webhook, look, that time was not available, but we do have 3 p.m., 2 p.m. within the same day. So that's essentially how we can prompt the AI agent to not only look for available times, but also suggest alternative time slots as well. And then the response and output is just a bit more prompt engineering. So we can say if the requested time is available, confirm it by saying the requested time on 10 a.m. in June 2nd is available. So again, making sure the AI agent outputs that response, which will then return to Vapi to then notify the customer or the client that's calling. And then from there, obviously using OpenAI's model again, and then this is what the node looks like. Again, Google Calendar account, if you want to connect it, just sign in with Google. But in this case, I'm just using Google Calendar. Of course, if we were working with a real estate company, we would be using ideally their scheduling software and their appointment software that they use as well. But I'm just using Google Calendar. But again, if you want to connect anything, you can literally just add a tool within inside the AI agent. So it just allows us to really build these AI agents that can connect with anything in these softwares. And then from there, the operation is get availability, the calendar, which is just my calendar right here, and then the start time and end time, which is just going to be automatically defined by the model. Again, just pressing this expression right there. And then from there, again, it's returning the webhook response in the exact same response I showed you in the previous workflow in the previous node. Again, we need the tool call ID and then the result that the AI agent is producing. And then finally, we have one more thing, which is going to be the book appointment. So if we go in here, we can see that the recent executions right here. It's going to go ahead and okay, now we're in the final workflow to able to book the appointment. So again, that information from the tool is coming in via webhook. It's contacting the AI agent, it's creating an event inside Google Calendar, and then it's simply just returning that webhook that has been sent to notify the customer. So if we go over to Vapi right here, we can see that the book appointment function right here, again, sending all these requirements and parameters via webhook to this exact webhook address. From here, this is what it looks like. Again, production URL, copy and paste that, put it back into Vapi. Pretty simple. And then we're contacting the AI agent. Again, we have the system prompt, which is going to be the booking time via the webhook that is already inserted inside this AI agent. And then from there, we just have the output results. So successful booking messages, the meeting on June 6th, 10 a.m. has been scheduled, blah, 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 right? And then from there, we have the OpenAI model. Again, same exact way we connected OpenAI with the API keys. And then from there, we have create an event inside Google Calendar. Now, this may look a little bit complicated, but we can just see that all these different details, if we just go back, I'll go into execution so I can show you. We can see all these details from the webhook. If we go into it, you can see all these details in the webhook. So we can see right here, this is the information that has been sent. So we can see that's the booking time that it needs. And then it's also got all the different parameters right here. So we can see it's got the full name, it's got the email, it's got the property address. So all we're doing right here is we're putting it into Google Calendar, and we have the email right there for the attendees, and then the description looks a little bit like this with all the different parameters from the webhook for the description in Google Calendar. So if we go to Google Calendar, this is actually what it's going to look like. As you saw, in the live detail, it's going to have that description, and then it's going to have the title as well. So you can see the summary again is just the title with the name and then the time that we have from the webhook. So pretty simple and pretty self-explanatory. And then again, we're just returning the webhook. I'm not sure why it has embody, because we can see that it obviously booked the appointment. I'm not sure why that's happening, but again, this is the exact same tool call ID that we have. It should be correct. Using the tool call ID and then using the result as well. So yeah, that's essentially how we can create a real estate AI agent that's able to search a property, check availability, book appointments. Obviously, in a real world scenario, we would go ahead and connect to their database. I'm just using Google Sheets. We would connect to their calendar system, but the whole point of this video is just to show what these AI agents can do. And if you really want to build your first AI agent and how to do it within N8N and Vapi and how it's all very simple. But yeah, without further ado, if you are a business owner and you are looking to implement a system just like this into your business, whether you've got people on the front desk answering these calls in a real estate company, or if you just got any questions about AI and seeing how AI can help your business and free up some time as well, feel free to book a call in the link in the description below, and we'll be happy to answer any questions. But without further ado, I'll see you in the next video.